Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's edition of the Maconi Setup Shop NIS Fixed Tutorials. This week, with it being week 13, there is no A Fixed, so we're going to cover the NIS Fixed at Sonoma. So strap in and let's get to it. I just want it to be known that this is probably my worst road course on the game. Turn 1 I have always been horrible at, and I still haven't been able to figure it out in this car. Another thing that I'm struggling with is the curbs. I naturally want to hit the curbs because when I learned how to drive this place years and years ago, it was with the old Cup car, all the horsepower in the world, hard to drive, super slick, and I relied on the curbs because you needed to. I find that I'm struggling with the curbing with this car, but I'm going to try my best to help you out as much as I can. I still have a lot of tips that I find are useful. I just don't really know how to help you much in turn 1 because that is my biggest struggle point. So as always, all the shifting, all the braking we want to have done before we get to the corner. Okay, for this hairpin, I still think you want to come off as far right as you can because that's going to give you the straightest exit. Now going into turn 1, I'm holding 4th gear. I'm not comfortable driving it in any deeper than I am, and I know I give up a lot of speed here. I've never been able to hit that curb on the left. I've always tried to aim for the curb on the right. That's been my go-to. I downshift into 2nd gear. This section here, I'm in 3rd gear. Now it is important to know that I've probably done about 18 to 20 laps, and this whole section, we just went from 2nd to 3rd again, and we'll be back in 2nd. This section coming up where the S is, I've been doing it in 3rd gear. By the way, you don't want to miss that curb that bad. Okay, this was a terrible lap. This section here, I stay in 3rd gear. The lap after this that I'm going to show you on the in-car was the first time I tried 4th gear, and it actually felt really comfortable, which is why I wanted to use this. We'll go through, yeah, this entire lap was just terrible. There's not much to take away from here, but I will break it down, especially on the 3rd lap, and go over some things because there's a lot of tricks, especially in that 2nd hairpin on the back before you get to the S's. There's a big tip that I want to try to help you guys with. We'll use mostly the 3rd lap to go over stuff, especially with the in-car. Again, this section right here, I'm in 2nd gear. As we get up the hill, I'm grabbing 3rd, and I'm leaving it in 3rd. Okay? You're trying to aim for the curb. Here, I want to go back. This curb right here is you're trying to aim for because this is such a blind corner. That's where you set yourself up at. You don't want to touch this curb. At least I don't think you want to touch this curb because it really upsets the car and it rolls over too much. And then when you're trying to get it to turn to the right, it's just rolling over so much that you just get loose and it throws everything off. This one you want to clip or aim to clip for because then you're going to come out on the rumble strip on the other side. Okay? About halfway down the hill, downshifting into 2nd gear while on the brakes. This is another corner here that I've had a problem with. Every time I've touched this curb, I spin out. It's happened every time. So I'm trying to avoid it. If I'm going to catch it, I want to catch it lightly. I don't want to be full throttle while I'm over this curb because it also upsets the car when you come off the rumble strip and it bounces. Okay, I get really out of control there as well. You're trying to make this as wide as you can. Okay, so you get to this wall, you hit your braking point. You want to stay as left as you can. At least I find you do, so that you can make this a wider corner and get a straighter exit. Okay, this was better. I could get a little closer, but you see how much straighter I am this time compared to the last lap. This was the first time I tried 4th gear, but I want to point out you're trying to make this section as straight as possible, okay? So it all starts with the exit from this hairpin. You're trying to get a nice launch, barely clipping this curb, okay? And then this entire section right here, you're trying to make as straight as possible. I aim to hit this rumble strip here every time. That's what I aim for, okay? That just makes it straight so that you can set up the rest of the S's. Because if you go wide around here, okay, we go wide, you're not going to have as good of an angle to get into this one, which is also going to push you over to the right and give you a straighter entry to this S. So by straightening it out, you give yourself the opportunity to have the widest arc possible. Typically, I'm in third gear until here. Typically, like I said, this was the first lap that I shifted into fourth early, but typically I'm in third gear right up until I get to this exit. Okay, and again, I'm never really full throttle here. Being full throttle isn't going to give you any extra speed. You're just trying to keep the car under control. As soon as we hit the rumble strip back there, I get on the brakes, because if you overdrive that corner, you get into a four-wheel slide. Okay, so it's just easier for me to time it up to where I hit the brakes and slow the car down a little bit as I get to that rumble strip, so that I'm in control and I'm not in a four-wheel drift. Okay, now we'll go to the in-car and go back that lap. Again, not the best help for turn one here, but it's the same general idea. I just can't carry the speed that some guys can. Okay. Right here. Just like that. If you can aim for that curb on the right, you should come out in this spot every time. Now, with this visual, this sand pile right here, I'm trying to time it to where when it gets to the end of my vision off my hood, that's where I'm hitting the brakes. Okay, trying. That's kind of the reference I'm using. Okay, nice and straight through here. I just tried it this time and it actually felt more secure. I didn't lose any time, but typically here, I'm in third gear right till here. Once we get to the exit right there, that's when I switch. So I wanted to leave that in, because if you're struggling to get through that part of the racetrack, whether you feel like the RPMs are too high and you don't have the control, here you can use fourth gear if you need to. It's not going to be any slower, I don't think, and it helps keep the car under control. But typically I'm in third gear until that point. So we're going to go back and we'll do this lap with no commentary. Okay guys, that'll do it for this video. Like I said, this has typically been my worst road course in all my years of being here. I've just never really had the speed. Turn one's always been an issue for me. But I feel like the rest of the track have been pretty solid. It's just different trying to get used to this car. Very important to know that with this road course tire, the more laps you run, typically the more grip you get in the tires from the heat. So that should help with your handling, and it'll help with your speed as you go along. So the techniques don't change, okay? The only reason I only do these few laps is because the longer I go, typically the faster you get. So it's not much point to it. I'm not here to chase lap times or show off to what I can hit. It's more so to help you guys get around the racetrack, and that's what these are for. Again, entering the S's, typically I'm in third gear. It's just there to show you that if you don't feel comfortable getting through there, you can do it in fourth gear and you're not going to lose a lot of speed because of how close the gearing is. But the fast guys, I promise you, are going to be in second gear, shift into third, and run third right up until they get to that last, well, about halfway through the S's after that second right-hander. And once they get straight with that curb, they'll probably grab fourth because their speed's going to be so much better. Okay. If there's anything that I missed or anything that you guys want clarification on, please leave a comment down below and I will get back to them throughout the week. As always, if you liked the video or find it was helpful, please consider leaving a like. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the Maconi YouTube page so you can see these videos every Monday once they're posted. Typically it's a fix, but because it's week 13, we're doing NIS. All right, guys, best of luck this week, and we'll see it on the track.